The government's decided to put out a, what should I call it, some type of advert, and it follows that whole three-word thing that they seem to have going on, and they've had going on for the last 6 months, especially during lockdown as well, with the whole hands, face, space thing they've got at the moment. But they've just put a new one out to people within the industry I'm in: creative arts, visual arts, someone who's an artist themselves, someone who draws, someone who paints, a musician like myself. And the new thing you've come up with is rethink, reskill, reboot. So it's the idea of that, after what Rishi Sunak said, saying that all artists need to maybe rethink and retrain. So I've been in education for pretty much all my life, but the last 6 years I've worked on a degree. I've worked on a degree in music, so now I've worked on a degree for the last 6 years, starting on level 2, to basically started from the ground up in the city of Liverpool College, for the government to now tell me that I need to rethink what I'm doing with my entire career, and I need to rethink my whole life choices and go work somewhere else and go work in another industry. I know some people could argue, well, all musicians have day jobs and stuff. The thing is, a lot of musicians work within the hospitality sector, and that's getting fucked as it is as well. So what I don't understand is people who've there's people who've been spending much more time and money on education than I have. And I've been in education for over 10 years, working on their masters, working on degrees, working on doctorates. So for them to say that we need to rethink our life choices and rethink our career choices is just a laugh in the face in the industry, and it's going to put so many more people out of jobs. And me being a relatively small time musician, you just need to think how much it's going to affect the massive artists, and then also people like myself on a small scale who are just starting out and just getting into the industry, and people who want to get into the industry, it's going to put them off. People who are now maybe starting in education to do with the arts and to do with the industry are going to be put off by the fact that it doesn't look like there's going to be much future for them. But I do urge people to speak out against this, speak out against it more, and not to be put off by doing what you want to do and going after a career in music or career in art. There's already been an outrage on every social media platform you can think of. I've had friends post things about it, I've seen teachers post things about it, and the general consensus is it's a fucking laugh in the face of all of us who are trying to make it within the industry, and I don't see how the government can get away with the younger generation below from me are sort of maybe going to be disheartened by it, and their motivation's going to crash, because motivation's low as it is. To conclude, before I waffle on anymore and reiterate the points because I'm so angry about it: guitarists, don't put your guitars down. Bassists, don't put your basses down. Pianists, don't take your fingers off them keys. Singers, don't stop singing. Comedians, don't stop making jokes. Artists, don't stop drawing. Don't stop painting. If anything, we need to do it more than we've ever done before, and we need to do it more than ever before, and get more proficient at our instruments, so that when gigs do get put back on, that we can fucking come back with a massive bang and show the government that we will not be silenced, and we will not waste all this time that we've spent on buying the best gear we can, finding the best sounds that we can from a musician standpoint. This is so that when gigs do get put back on, we can come back with a bang. And really, this just spoke out against this, and they usually get more traction, but I think it will be good for small time musicians just like myself to speak out against them as well, so I can see how it's affecting them also. And yeah, anyone creative, anyone within the industry, any musician, any artist, anyone from the creative arts, visual arts, any performers, anything that comes under the scope of that, you cannot be silent about this. You have to speak out against this. Yeah. You have to speak out against it, because if not, then the Tories will win at the end of the day. We can't be silent about being silenced. So I urge everyone to speak out against it, and make your own post like this. Share this about if you want. Just speak out against it so we can stop these